clock struck midnight as three of us, Siddharth, Arjun, and I, were returning from a late-night movie screening in Bangalore. We had been friends since college, though our personalities were worlds apart. Siddharth was a staunch skeptic, always seeking scientific explanations, while Arjun was deeply spiritual. Our conversations often turned into heated debates, with me caught in the middle, trying to mediate. As we boarded an almost empty bus, Arjun said, "This must be fate." His comments sparked yet another debate on luck and destiny. Siddharth dismissed Arjun's beliefs as mere superstition, while Arjun cited various instances of accurate predictions made by astrologers. I found myself nodding in agreement with both at different points. Tonight, Siddharth seemed to have the upper hand. He argued that no one could predict the future with certainty, claiming that all such predictions were just vague guesses wrapped up in clever wording. Just then, an old man sitting at the back of the bus spoke up, surprising us all. Covered in a tattered shawl, his face obscured by a thick white beard, he looked like he had seen many years of hardship. Siddharth, ever the skeptic, asked, "Do you think the future can be predicted?" The old man smiled faintly and said, "There are many things beyond our understanding, but I can show you something that might change your mind." Arjun's eyes lit up with curiosity. "Are you an astrologer?" he asked. "No, just an ordinary man," the stranger replied. "But my guru taught me to draw the future." Siddharth scoffed. "Another con artist. What will you draw? A skull predicting our doom?" The man shook his head and said, "I can draw what you will look like in the future. Just write down a specific date and time." Intrigued, Arjun scribbled a date and time 30 years into the future on a piece of paper and handed it to the man. The old man closed his eyes, his pencil moving swiftly across the paper. Within moments, he handed the drawing to Arjun. The picture was of an old man, bald with deep wrinkles and glasses. It was an incredibly lifelike portrayal, but Siddharth wasn't convinced. "How can you prove this is accurate? He could look completely different," he argued. Arjun defended the drawing, saying it resembled his grandfather who had passed away years ago, but Siddharth insisted that I try it next. Reluctantly, I wrote down the same date and handed it over. The old man closed his eyes again, but this time the pencil didn't move. He opened his eyes and shook his head. "I can't see your future," he said quietly. Siddharth smirked. "See, he's just a fraud. If he can't draw it, it means you won't live to that age." He then challenged the old man to draw his own future. The man handed Siddharth the pad and he wrote down today's date, a few minutes from now. "Let's see if you can draw me in the next 15 minutes, he taunted. The old man closed his eyes, but once again the pencil didn't move. Siddharth's face turned pale. "What do you mean you can't see the picture? Are you saying I'll die in the next 15 minutes? The old man said nothing, just stared at Siddharth with sad eyes. The bus was now crossing a bridge, the cold wind howling through the open windows. Suddenly, the bus jolted, the lights flickered, and Siddharth stood up, his face twisted in anger. "You're a fraud," he shouted, lunging towards the old man. But before he could reach him, the bus swerved violently, throwing Siddharth off balance. He stumbled and fell out of the open door. The lights went out completely, and we heard a blood-curdling scream. When the lights came back on, Siddharth and the old man were gone. The bus was empty, except for the howling wind. I looked at my watch. It was exactly midnight.